Hi, it's April from the Notebook Garden, and today I'm super excited because we were able to get my stuff out of storage so we can start working on our garden beds. Here is all the stuff we brought that we need to unload. Unfortunately, we were not able to get my greenhouse. It will have to be another trip. First thing we did was lay this tarp out so that way we can keep the wood as dry as possible until we're ready to use it. So once we have all the wood on there, we're going to turn around and put a tarp on top of it as well to try to keep it from getting wet. So here is everything unloaded. It is the wood that we're going to be using to make my beds, and this is all the wood, guys, and all the bricks. Everything you see out here is what came from our old house that we're going to use to build as many beds as we can for this growing season. And then if we feel like we need more, we will add on next year. So this is all the wood and the center blocks. We are not making center block beds. We will be using them for something different, and you will see. These square bricks we used in the past, we used them to make walkways. We are now going to be using them to make a perimeter, I call it a porch, for my greenhouse. My greenhouse is going to sit on top of those because my greenhouse is going to be in the middle of the garden beds, and I will show you guys the drawing that I have picked out. And then my cattle panels that I grow tomato plants on, and I make arches for stuff such as arches that I make to put small melons, cucumbers, asparagus beans, that kind of stuff on. And then over here, as you can see, my T-post. So yep, all my stuff is here. Let the garden bed making start. I'm excited. I will show you guys the plan I have drawn out for my beds. So this is what we've decided to do, is cover the wood with a tarp. And the reason why we're doing this, we don't want water to get to it as much as possible because we don't want it to work before being able to make the beds. Of course, the wood's going to be exposed to that rain and that water, but it'd be formed into a bed, which is fine for it to rain on. One last thing I want to share with you guys before signing off on this video is my garden plans. Now, this is my long-term garden plan, and it will not be built and complete this year. The one that's in the middle, right here, that is the greenhouse with the border that we're building with the bricks that I showed you guys. My goal this year is to make these two beds, and what I think we're going to end up having to do, and it may just be 32 feet, and that's all it'll ever be, but we might have to do something like that's a line there. This is 32 feet, that's 32 feet. And this year I'll only get 4 32 feet beds. 2 beds here, 2 beds here, 32 feet. That might be all I get. And then I also want my husband to put in the 24 foot here and the 24 foot here. And that's all I do for this year. What you see here, the border one around the whole thing, I want like a 1 foot. I want a 1 foot garden beds built around it for me to put all kinds of different herbs and flowers and stuff that deer don't like, to try to keep deer out. We are also talking about putting a fence around it as well, to try to keep the deer out, but I do know they will jump over fences, and I don't think we're going to build it that tall. So my plans are between the fence and planting things that deers don't like to keep the deers out. So all the beds that you see in the front here, my goal is 24 feet. And these beds here are supposed to be 64 feet, but they're going to be divided in half for the first year. So 2 beds here, greenhouse, 2 beds here. All 4 of those beds right there are going to be 32 feet this year, with at least 2 of my 24 feet built. And then this is the vegetable garden. And that's going to start kind of up there with the wood pallets that I've showed you guys, going down that slope. And then at the end of here, on that side, is where you're going to start seeing berry bushes and strawberries and my berry garden, as I call it. Thank you for letting me share this with you. I'm super excited to get started, and hopefully in the next few weeks we can get started on it. We have to get some rocks brought in to help with the whole leveling out, because that slope's not 100% leveled out, so we've talked about getting some rocks to kind of help with leveling. But I am very excited and cannot wait to share this with you guys. In the next few weeks, you'll start seeing, I'm going to get some seedlings started. I know I've talked about this before, so I'm going to get the seedlings started, and you'll watch us get some of these beds get started. So thank you for watching, and remember, if you like my videos, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.